Hello, little witchlings and princelings, and welcome to your weekly Coven Summoning. My name is Ilsa.
And my name is Stacy.
And we're Caffeine and Conjuring,
a fantasy bookish podcast where we will discuss some of our favorite fantasy reads.
Oh my god, I'm so giddy to be starting this book. I can't even function right now.
I'm so happy that we're finally back. As much as I liked Assassin's Blade, like getting the background of Selena, it's just hits different now, starting over, or not starting over, but like resuming.
Yeah.
Where we left it.
Our girl's in Wendlyn, and she's ready to do all of the adventures that are to come, and I cannot wait to get to them. But before we get into that, so you don't have anything spoiled for you, please make sure you read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, The Assassin's Blade, and the first 9 chapters of Heir of Fire.
We are not holding back on the spoilers.
Nope. We left off in Crown of Midnight. Right now, I'm just ignoring Assassin's Blade, where it was far into the past.
Yeah. Fast.
So at the end of Crown of Midnight, Selena goes to the portal. We find out she's Aelin Galathinius, the Lost Queen of Terrasen. She is Fae. She has powers. She is a fire wielder. And the new characters being brought into this book, and it's just a really good day. This book is so good.
Yeah, I was really surprised because I thought like we were only going to get like a few points of view trickled through the book. But right off the bat, in the first 9 chapters, we get it from Selena, we get it from Manon, we get it from Kale, Dorian for a hot second,
yeah,
and then the healer.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. Like, she did not give you any preparation. There was no, like, just, well, here you go. Here's this person's POV. Here's the other one. And then, yep. It's just like, okay. This is like a roller coaster.
It's not really, like, jumping ahead, because we're bringing up the characters, but what are your first thoughts on Rowan?
Oh, we need to be doing video. Okay.
No one else needed to see that face.
I mean, he's a big buff tattooed fae with white hair.
And an attitude problem.
Yeah, like you would have to be you would have to be blind to not appreciate. And even then, I'm fairly certain you just know he has a nice voice.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Oh, I am very intrigued.
And he was fae. All fae. Yes, he was. Anywho, there will be lots of ogling over that man in the future. But for now, chapter 1. So we start Heir of Fire with Selena. She's baking in the Wendlyn sun and absolutely miserable. She's in Varys, but far from acting like Ardalan's champion. Instead, she's living off stolen food and cheap wine, a far cry from her usual self. The grief over Nemia's death has completely consumed her, and she's spiraling into deep apathy. She's supposed to be assassinating the prince, but she won't be doing that.
I've said it before, and I'll continue saying it. She does not live up to her assassin title. She doesn't kill more people than she's supposed to kill.
So her physical and emotional state are deteriorating rapidly. She's dirty, she's disheveled, picking fights just to feel something, anything at all. The memories of Archerfin's murder and Kale's horrified reaction are constantly haunting her. She's supposed to be finding Maeve and figuring out how to destroy the word keys, but that plan, like everything else, has crumbled. Then she sees Prince Gallan Ashriver, his beloved by his people, a symbol of hope against Ardalan. And seeing him, seeing how much he means to them, it breaks something in Selena. She realizes the pointlessness of her own actions compared to his. Her avowed anemia feels empty, and she questions everything. She's so far gone, in fact, that a vagrant mistakes her for one of their own. A real low point, even for her. And to top it all off, just as she's hit rock bottom, a male voice chuckles from the shadows. I said that way too happy. It's like, she hit rock bottom!
Yeah. This is supposed to be ominous, Ilsa. Yeah, she's like, just like drunk off her ass.
Yeah.
Like this whole chapter. But then chapter 2, a Fae male has arrived. But he's not just any Fae. He's a powerful warrior named Rowan. He's tall, muscular, and he just radiates an aura of deadly grace. His Fae features, like his pointed ears and his canines, are unmistakable, and a striking tattoo of Fae writing marks his face. He commands the alley, and even the toughest inhabitants shrink away in fear. It's clear he's come for Selena, and that he's been sent by Maeve. Selena, despite what...
I would be asking no questions. I would just be, take me.
Take me wherever, whichever way you want.
Yep. Sorry, Mom.
So, despite Selena's initial fear, she does recognize this as a chance to finally get to Maeve and find answers about the word keys. She tries to project her confident self. She's so, like, egotistical, even though she's been living pretty rough. How long was she in Wendlyn at this point?
It's a few weeks, right?
Like a few weeks or a month or something? Yeah. Yeah, and she's at this point in the story too, she sort of like is kind of about the amulet that she gave to Kale. She's kind of just like, oh right, I don't have that anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, whoops.
My newfound enemy has it now.
Newfound enemy? What?
Because she's Fae, they point out that like she's supposed to be his enemy now
that's true.
because of everything.
I had that part blocked out.
I feel like you're gonna be blocking it a lot in the next few books.
Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. They do have like a pretty tense interaction. Their first meeting, Rowan and Selena. I mean, he's very like cool and detached, and Selena, being Selena, tries to provoke him, but he still remains unfazed. He is just not putting up with her shit. So they set off on horseback, leaving Varese behind. Selena observes Rowan's powerful presence. Sensing his ancient nature, she's still numb, struggling to care about anything, but she's going where she needs to go. Rowan, for his part, remains silent, not bothering to ask her any questions about her past or her current state. He's simply focused on his mission, and Selena is left to wonder what is waiting for her with Queen Maeve. Dun, dun, dun.
So in chapter 3, this chapter plunges us into Kale's tormented mind. He is haunted by a reoccurring nightmare about Selena, his Selena, brutally murdering first Archer Finn, then Dorian. The dreams are visceral, filled with blood and chilling ecstasy on Selena's face. But more than just the violence, it's the shift in her eyes, the coldness that truly terrifies him. He's wrestling with the knowledge of her true identity, Aelin Ashriver Galathinius, and the implications it has for everyone. We find Kale and Dorian trying to navigate their strained friendship. This tension is thick, a silent acknowledgement of the secrets they both carry. Kale, burdened by the knowledge of Selena's heritage and Dorian's hidden magic, is desperate to protect them both. He's even agreed to return to his father's lands, a sacrifice to ensure Selena's safety. But the arrival of Aiden Ashriver, General of the North, throws everything into sharp relief. Aiden's presence is a shockwave. He's arrogant, powerful, and bears a striking resemblance to Selena. And you brought this up many times, specifically the eyes. It's always the eyes.
Sarah goes like hard for describing everybody's eyes.
Yeah.
It's a very intense obsession with eyes.
Yeah, and the Ash River eyes are like that ocean blue with the gold ring around the center. And he's also wearing the King's Black Ring, a sign that he may be mind-controlled like the others who wore the rings, and carries the Sword of Orinth, Celaena's birthright. The tension escalates as Aelin taunts Dorian and Chaol, and the chapter ends in a tense confrontation, leaving Chaol desperately trying to shield Dorian from Aiden's dangerous games. He leaves Dorian with a cryptic statement about why he sent Celaena to Wendlyn, but does not reveal to him her true identity.
Yeah, what was it he said? Something along the lines of to do what needs to be done, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did you really send her to Wendlyn? I sent her to do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Poor Chaol. He's like the bearer of all secrets. Literally. But I am interested in Aiden?
Yeah.
Aiden, yeah. He curious where he comes into it. Like what's going to happen, I mean, going forward.
So much.
Chapter 4. Oh, this is the chapter that we get introduced to Manon Blackbeak, and she's an Iron Teeth witch.
Manon.
And like, Manon. Yeah, like, and there was no buffer, there was no hesitation to establishing how ruthless she is. She's living undercover in a small village. She's pretending to be a Croakan witch, the very witches her clan is sworn to destroy. When 3 villagers break into her cottage, intending to torment and kill her, Manon is ready. She's been anticipating this, sensing their fear and rage all day. Manon, hidden in a closet, watches as the men search her cottage. Their intentions are clear. They underestimate her, believing she's a helpless witch. But Manon is far from helpless. She's a predator, and she swiftly and brutally dispatches 2 of the men before they even realize she's upon them. And the 3rd man flees into the tall winter grass, and Manon, heir to the Blackbeak witch clan, that is a tongue twister, heir to the Blackbeak witch clan, gives him a head start because she wants the hunt. We learn that her mission is to exterminate the Croakan witches, a duty she's embraced since killing the first Croakan witch at the age of 16, which was about 100 years ago, I believe.
Yeah.
She wears a blood red cloak, a trophy from that kill, and it's a symbol of her defiance and her dedication to her clan's mission. Manon stalks the fleeing villager through the field, savoring the hunt. She's a creature of pure instinct, a force of nature, and she relishes the fear she inspires. The chapter ends with Manon allowing the man to scream, emphasizing her cold, savage nature. That was a pretty good introduction to her, I think.
Yeah.
That chapter. I know a lot of people didn't like her chapters. Like, I know you've said it that not didn't like it, but it just, they were kind of like a chore to get through.
Yeah.
But so far, I think they're okay. I think I'm okay with them so far. But then again, I really like Chaol, and apparently everybody thinks he's the most boring character, so I don't know what that says about me.
There's more to it than just thinking is boring. I just haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, I find him boring, but there's another very large emotion that I feel towards him that I can't currently discuss.
Oh.
Yeah.
My baby.
You're getting my D&D character's backstory.
That is so cool.
Except for going after the Kraken witches, I'm going after the cat men in assless chaps.
Oh my god. There is so much that needs to be unpacked there. I think we could make a mint doing our D&D.
Oh my god. The chaos. And like some of it's so stupid, but it's just
it's entertaining.
The Chestatopede with the little yellow booties. Getting sidetracked again.
Naturally.
So on to chapter 5. Celaena and Rowan are on the road heading towards Queen Maeve. Celaena's exhausted, both physically and mentally, and Rowan's silence is almost a relief. They make camp in a dense forest, and it's clear Rowan isn't planning on making things comfortable. No tent, no blankets, just a bare-bones campsite. No one bed here. As they settle in, Celaena notices in the glowing eyes of the little folk, the fairies. They've always recognized her as a descendant of Mab, even when she was in Aelin, leaving small gifts for her. And you caught on to that right at the beginning.
Yes.
My dumbass reading this for the first time, I'm like, oh, it would have been cute to get some, like, flashbacks to the fairies and stuff, and then rereading it, I'm like, oh, I just didn't pick it up as important information at the time.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't. I literally just thought it was cute that they were leaving little flowers for her. And
So, Celaena's wondering what these creatures know of the wars that ravaged her homeland, the destruction of the Fae and fairies. And in a moment of unexpected vulnerability, she whispers to them that their kin and Terracins still live. Rowan, though seemingly asleep, is clearly aware of everything. The chapter ends with a sense of unease and a feeling they're entering a world far different from the one they left behind.
Ain't that the truth? I already felt like that in the first couple chapters, that this already feels so different.
Yeah.
From the first 2 books. Like, so much has changed, knowing so much more. It just, wow. Chapter 6, we get a look-see into Dorian. Oh, how I've missed Dorian. He was the first princeling.
Oh, he is still the princeling. Like, love Rowan to pieces, doesn't even compare.
Yeah. She called, and I don't even remember what chapter it was in. I don't know if you highlighted it at all, but she calls Rowan princeling at one point. In either the last or second last chapter, I think, of these chapters. And I was just like, no, no, that's Dorian's nickname.
Oh, it'll still be his nickname.
But
anyways. Don't you worry.
Good. Because that is, to me, that is who princeling is. I don't care what she calls Rowan. Dorian is princeling. Yeah, so chapter 6 starts out with Dorian. He's facing his father, the King of Aelin. And again, more thick tension. Dorian is obviously aware of his hidden magic and the secrets that he's keeping. He's walking a tightrope. He's trying to avoid his father's scrutiny. The king, in a seemingly casual conversation, reveals his reasons for tolerating Aelin Nash River for fear and control. He then orders Dorian to entertain Aelin, a command Dorian suspects is anything but innocent. Dorian and Aelin's forced encounter is tense and is laced with veiled threats. Aelin, despite his arrogance, is clearly testing Dorian, assessing his strength and loyalty. Their walk through the gardens is a power play, a subtle battle of wills. Dorian, wounded both physically and emotionally, seeks out the healer, who we learn is named Sorsha?
Sorsha, yeah.
Sorsha. She's a young healer who has quietly observed the tangled relationships of Dorian, Chaol, and Celaena. She she is the one that has been doing all the healing of all the weird injuries that they've been getting.
I had a moment when I was reading this that I completely forgot about Sorsha. And I was like, fuck, Irene's back already? Like, what?
Well, that's where my brain went. I thought that was what they were going to say, was that it was Irene. And then I was just like, no, that don't make sense, because she was treating Selena. Selena would recognize her. She would recognize Selena.
Yeah.
So after, like, when they started, like, talking more and got her name, I was like, not Irene. Okay. But yeah, so, like, Sorsha has been, like, an invisible observer. She's just been witnessing everything that's been happening, sort of on the sidelines, all the betrayals, the hidden affections, and she's aware of Selena's true identity. Despite her own feelings for Dorian, because we do learn that she has been in love with Dorian for the past, like, 6 years, she does remain silent and an invisible witness to the drama unfolding at the heart of Aelin.
I love it. She was like, we do keep track of all of our patients, but sometimes things get lost or things get forgotten. I was like, that's right, girl. That's right.
She's so clever. Yep. Yep. And we finished the chapter with Sorsha's hidden feelings for Dorian, showing that even in a world of political power, personal emotions still run deep. I thought that was nice to get that, like, her point of view as an outsider to their little trio.
Yeah.
That she knew what was up. She knew what was going on. But
they're not as sneaky as they think they are.
No, exactly. Anybody who's paying, like, any amount of attention to them.
Except the king, apparently. He knows something is up, but
yeah,
no idea what's actually going on.
I think he's so far up his own ass and, like, his own bad guy shit that, like, there's so much going on under his nose that if he just took 5 seconds to actually be a king, he'd know.
So on to chapter 7. Selena and Rowan are continuing their journey towards Maeve's territory. The days blur together in a haze of mist, cold, and exhaustion. Rowan remains stubbornly silent, offering no comfort or explanation. And Selena, battling her own inner demons, finds a strange solace in the physical discomfort, a distraction from the mental and emotional turmoil. They encounter a few travelers, but those they do see react with fear to Rowan's presence. Clearly, he has a reputation. Don't give a damn about my reputation. After days of riding, they finally approach the destination, a fortress nestled high in the Cambrian mountains. Guards patrol the walls, their faces hidden beneath hoods. Selena's unease grows as they enter the fortress. Rowan leads her into a small office, and there, seated behind a desk, is Maeve, Queen of the Fae. The woman who holds the answers Selena seeks, and the woman she has been dreading to face for 10 long years. And then, Maeve speaks, addressing Selena by her true name, Aelin Galathinius, shattering the facade Selena has carefully maintained.
Mm-hmm. They know.
She knows. She knows. She knows.
Oh boy. So, okay, chapter 8. So this chapter plunges us immediately into the aftermath of Selena's confrontation with Maeve. The queen reveals Selena's true identity as Aelin, to which Selena responds with, Aelin Galathinius is dead. But then the queen says, let us not bother with lies. And then just lays out her terms. There's a bit more in between, but that's the gist of it. So she must train with Prince Rowan, mastering her magic before she can earn the answer she seeks about the word keys. And again, like every other part of this entire series, the tension is thick, and Selena seems to struggle to maintain her composure. So Maeve's manipulative tactics are on full display, playing on Selena's vulnerabilities and insecurities. And I know, like, there's a lot brought up about her mom in this part as well. Like we learn that her mother didn't want her to have anything to do with Maeve. And like Maeve is like, I hope, you're not like your mother, or if you clean up, you'll look like your mother. Stuff like this. Like there's just so many like jabs at Selena about her mother, and it's
something interesting that we find out too is one of the characteristics of the Fae, and that every Fae can take on another form. So
she says in this chapter about how she was watching her basically, but not with her eyes.
Yeah, so like they say that like most of the Fae will turn into like an animal or some form of creature like that as their second form. But the thing that I want to point out was Selena uses that power to make herself look human. That is what...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that was mentioned, and that's how she was able to stop herself from using magic. Like, she uses the guise as human form, as opposed to an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So she can...
Yeah, one of the things that I had highlighted for this chapter was there were legends whispered over fires about the other skin Maeve wore. No one had lived to tell anything beyond shadows and claws and darkness to devour your soul. That's terrifying. Yeah, so we do find out as well that there is some like ancestry connection between her and Rowan as well.
Yeah, they're potentially distant cousins. Mm-hmm. Kind of like her and Dorian.
Yeah. Yeah, we got apparently no issues kissing cousins in this book. If that even happens, to be fair. I still don't know if that's like canon or not, but I mean, it's headed there, right? I mean,
what?
There's so much tension, and she has a thing for princelings.
Stacey. He punched her in the face.
Yeah? What better way to earn Aelin's than punching her in the face? So then the chapter ends with Selena alone in her cold, sparse room. She's reflecting on her past and her future. She's grappling with her identity, her guilt, and the daunting task ahead. The weight of her vow to Nehemia, the memory of Terrasen, and the manipulative games of Maeve all contribute to her emotional turmoil. The final moments see her trying to find a sense of peace, or at least a distraction, in the vast, indifferent night sky. She's all up in her feels.
So on to the last chapter for today, chapter 9. And I'm so sad because I just really want to keep reading and just, like
I said, I was up to like chapter 12 before I realized, like, oh shit, right, I'm not supposed to be reading this far ahead.
Like, 20-hour episode, we're going to do the entire series. Let's go. So, Manon Blackbeak of the Blackbeak... Go.
It's a tongue twister.
Ah. So, Manon Blackbeak of the Blackbeak clan stands...
The Black Leak.
So Manon stands guard as her grandmother, the High Witch, negotiates with the human duke. Manon, known for her ruthlessness and the deadly reputation of her coven, the 13, observe everything with a sharp eye. The High Witch reveals their new mission. They are to gather all Iron Teeth witches from the Blackbeak, Yellowlegs, and Blue Blood clans in the Farian Gap. This gathering is at an invitation of the King of Aelin, who has promised them a gift. The gift is revealed to be wyverns, bred in secret by the king, which he wants the witches to ride as his aerial cavalry. In exchange for their service, he will allow them to reclaim their lost lands in the wastes. Manon, despite her soulless nature and loyalty to her grandmother, is wary of the king's offer, suspecting a trap. However, the prospect of riding again, soaring through the mountains on the backs of wyverns, ignites a fierce thrill within her. The chapter closes with Manon contemplating the twisting threads of fate the promise of power, and the chance to reclaim what was lost. And I want to keep reading.
Is that what the king in every, like, what he's been doing with going up to the White Fang Mountains? Is that where he's breeding the wyvern?
I don't know.
You don't know.
We'll have to keep reading to find out.
Yes.
Oh, God. The 13,
So, table
Rowan, all of it.
Table talk.
The wyvern, Abraxos. I can't wait.
I've heard that. I know.
You asked me before.
Right.
Yeah, you seen the picture of Manon with a wyvern in the back, and you asked if that was like her wyvern. And I said, yeah, that's Abraxos. I think.
Awesome. I don't think I knew that she had a wyvern.
I thought that was in the picture that I sent you. Well, either way, you now know that there's a wyvern named Abraxos.
I know that now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm kind of on the fence about how I want to continue with this book. If I want to keep reading it as ebook or go audio. Because I did the last few chapters in audio while I was working. And I feel like I enjoyed it more, but I didn't retain as much. Like,
yeah.
With the ebook, I could just easily reread things that I was kind of iffy on.
Yeah.
But with the audiobook, if I didn't really understand a sentence, I was just like, okay, well, fuck it. I guess I'll figure it out as we go. So, I don't know.
I think, like, to hold on to as much information, physically reading it is better.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said before we started recording, there's parts that I really want you to listen to. Like, really want you to listen to. Like, chapter 89, A Kingdom of Ash. And then we'll film again, and we're just both going to be sobbing. Like, another trip to St. John's. We're just going to have a sob fest.
That should be our thing. Every time that there's, like,
a big thing happening.
Something heartbreaking. We'll just take a road trip.
I'm down. Somewhere. We need sushi to cope. That's our therapy.
I was just going to say. We'll soothe our wounds with sushi. Yeah. Oh, man. I have, like, zero thoughts, theories, nothing so far. Like, I feel like we haven't been given much. Learning, a few new characters. But 9 chapters I don't think is enough to, like, establish much.
And I can't say anything.
No.
Other than what I've already said, I'm so excited. Rowan and Manon are here.
Like, I'm curious about, like, how Manon's character plays out, because right now she's going to be painted as an ally to the king. But so far, like, I don't think that's how it's gonna stay, like, I don't know. I don't have a clue where any of it's going.
Trying to keep, like, the straightest face possible so I don't give anything away. Or I'll just do my normal.
Smile at the camera.
I'm smiling for all of it. You don't know what's real, what's not.
Just have to keep reading.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out eventually. It'll smack me in the face. What?
I'm just looking back at the books.
So we have this one, and then it's the
Queen of
Shadows. It's Queen of Shadows.
And then it's
the tandem read. And then Kingdom of Ash.
Yes. When all hell breaks loose.
Yay.
Not a bad start in Heir of Fire. A little slow. A lot of new people.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much to come.
Mm-hmm.
So until next week.
So we can squee over Rowan a little more.
It's hard not to. The shadow daddies and white hair. Like, it's my weakness.
Yeah.
You want to kidnap me?
That's fair.
Just put flecks of white hair. I'll follow it. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
A white van with free shadow daddies.
Boom! And then find out it's a kidnapping and still not upset about it.
Yeah, it's just a different genre. Just a different trope. Oh my god. There's a special place in hell for us, I think.
Absolutely. VIP suits.
And with that, our Coven summoning comes to a close. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
And follow Caffeine and Conjuring on Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date on our journey through Throne of Glass.
With every chapter, hear the call. Adventure waits